August 14th, 2015, we had a range fire that was started. From all indications, it was due to a lightning strike on a small dry thunderstorm that came through. It spread that evening, and local fire departments got it pretty well under control and everything late in the evening of the 14th, and then on the 15th we had a wind shift, and the wind got up, and the fire spread. Total on us and the adjoining properties was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 5,300.
Total deer count.
And we were really concerned with the below ground effects from that fire and what was going to be available for those plants to work with moving in the future after we had received enough rain following the fire. And so working with the ranch manager, Mr. Mabe, him and I went and inserted some soil probes to measure all the nutrients that occur after a fire. After all of that carbon and everything above ground gets burned, it all goes back into the soil, but we just don't know what exactly the nutrients are, or at what rate are they available for plants to uptake them. So we put these probes in to measure them. The probes were in the soil, buried at about 10 centimeter depth for about 8 weeks. And they measure a variety of different nutrients, anything from total nitrogen to phosphorus to potassium to calcium. It's a complete analysis that's being done in order to analyze or to better estimate what's going to be produced above ground from the below ground effects of fire. We don't have all the answers to fire effects, and we're still really trying to tweeze apart what plants respond better to different timing of fire, to different seasons of fire, to how hot a fire burns. So this is all part of that bigger picture of rangeland management, where fire has played a role on pastures, and we're trying to just tweeze out those effects and to isolate them to see what the nutrient content of the soil is that plants have to work with, preferably native perennial grasses.
We received rain within a reasonable time this year on this fire. The grass is starting to come back. We've dug up some little seedlings that sprouted maybe 3 weeks ago, and they're starting to establish themselves, and hopefully our frost will hold off where they'll be well established before it freezes here. With the rainfall keeps falling like it is, within 2 years it'll be back to normal, I think. If it falls off on rainfall below normal years, then it's going to be pushing more 4 or 5 years down the road. I'd graze next fall after the frosts just come in during the dormant season. Hit your warm season grasses down in your river bottoms and creek bottoms, your winter grass. You can come in and graze it just lightly. Don't hit it hard, and move on to the next pasture and let this rest again and be ready for the third year.
And I think one person summed it up the best when he just said that only nature is going to make this country heal back up.